This is This Week in Car Audio. Tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Tune in, tune in, tune in. We'll be talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem, you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Yeah. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio. No, I got you unmuted this time, Jeffrey. It's your host, the judge, Doug Stockton, co-hosted by our buddy, Jeffrey Fernandez. What's going on, Jeff? Oh, now you muted yourself. That ain't me this time. Yeah, that's all you, bro.
Unmute. There we go. Okay.
All right.
Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm just, I think I'm like working on 3 hours of sleep.
3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I took the red eye back home.
Oh, yeah, it was your birthday. Happy birthday, Jeffrey.
Oh, happy birthday, Jeffrey.
Thank you.
What are you, 21?
22.
Oh, okay.
I wish I was. But I'm doing okay. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing good. So what did you do for your birthday since we weren't there with you?
Oh,
I'm guessing Vegas.
Am I that see-through? Can you just no, I booked
I'm doing okay. How you guys
a weekend
doing?
in Vegas.
Oh, we're doing good.
I'm staying at the Horseshoe. It's a Caesar's property.
Can you just
I booked it back in March. I constantly look at the website and I'm like, just itching a book, weekend in Vegas. And luckily it happened on my birthday weekend. My actual birthday was on Saturday, so it worked out perfect. I had a fun time. Probably one of the most funnest birthdays I've had in a while. So
awesome. All right, let's see if the Ninja chat works. Hey, somebody hit me something on chat, and let's see if that's all working again this time. We will. Let's see here. Bam. That doesn't let me do anything there. Let me see if this extension works here. Oops. Let me see here. Ninja chat. There it is. And it says it's there. Local file. Cool. Close. All right. Somebody hit me up on Facebook and on YouTube both. And let me be sure that all of this stuff is working. I haven't seen anybody. Oh, there we go. I see some stuff posting on the YouTube, and all right, I see YouTube popping up here, but I don't see Facebook. Interesting. Well, I guess I didn't figure it out. Yeah, I guess I didn't figure it out. I can see the multi-stream, and it's supposed to be working. Auto. Oh, well, Woody McDonald in here, Christopher Rollins, SQ Sounds. I just won't be able to pop it up on the thing.
How do you bring up the chat?
Anyway, so I'll just have to read it. Woody up there, SQ Sounds. Oh, there we go. I can see them both now. But they're not popping up, and I won't be able to put them up there. So, all right, guys. Anyway, hey, yeah. So you guys missed a couple weeks ago. We did a Tristan says happy birthday, Jeffrey.
Thank you.
That was Tristan. Tiffany's on the other line. Rosa's in here. Eric Hansen are one of our new sponsors, E-Box. Yeah. You know much about E-Box? Can speak to them real quick, what they are, what they do?
E-Box, well, we know it's Eric Hansen. He basically designs speaker boxes. He built the one he has in his vehicle. It was back when, he wanted to be loudest of the loud. Now he's the head guy that does base race. So he's got this full on wall that's probably a little bit overkill for what he's doing right now. But yeah, so he decided he wanted to be one of the sponsors of the podcast, and so we brought him aboard.
So he does online box designs for people and stuff.
Yeah,
cool.
Builds them and sell himself as well.
Oh, and he also builds them.
Yeah.
Okay. We also have Crossfire Car Audio, which you're familiar with. Just saying. And then we have, let's see, who is it? Voodoo Customs is our last one currently on there. So they're just a custom shop. Where's Voodoo Customs out of?
Out of Holtom City in Texas.
Oh, Texas.
Actually, about, I want to say like 15 minutes away from Grapevine.
Oh, right down the street from you.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, that's some people were shocked to know that when I drive up to go do the shows in Sacramento, it's an hour and 20 minutes away. They're like, what? No way. So,
I was equally as shocked when I went out there for Autorama.
Yes, you did.
When we were talking about it, it sounded like you were just down the street. And
I am down the street.
Down the street, about an hour's worth.
Yes. So I'm right down the street. Team Sended Dave popped in. Poptart rocking the Mr. T look, extra light version.
Minus the gold.
Minus the gold. So just want to tell you guys real quick, I've been testing the software for the multi-location. I tested it a bunch today. It looks really, really good. I'm super, super happy with it. Let's see, is the multi-stream working? Nope. It runs very similar to what it did in the past, but I haven't had a chance to look at it on two people on it at the same time. So that's the next way we're gonna start looking at this. Josh Tay2 says, "What's up, Poptart?" Friday
What's
is
up?
a 3X in Fresno. Justin, no. As of right now, no, it isn't. The next 3X that we have, is going to be in California. Here is, unless Jeffrey has one, will be the West Coast finale. Is what we're looking at right now. So. And speaking of the West Coast finale, I just posted online today the people that are eligible for it. You have to have 4 Sonic FX shows, and we have an added $1,181 as of right now. Probably see, I don't know, $1,400, $1,500 of extra added money to the prize fund. So we have 37 people that need total of 1 show to have 37 people qualified. I think we have 17 people that are currently qualified to participate. We'll have 37 if everybody has 1 show, and the people with 2 shows, I think it goes up to like 66 or something like that. So so a lot of opportunities for a lot of people to pop in and potentially, now I'm not seeing it on either one of these. That's interesting. So West Coast finale. If you make sure you go and look at that and make sure I got your name. I fixed like 7 or 8 names today for some people that had some different things. Oh, damn, what's the date for that show, Doug? That's from Josh Tate, too. Justin, you only have 2 shows. So you're too short of making the West Coast finale, I believe. The show date for that show, I believe, is September 10th, whatever that last Sunday is. Let me pull up my calendar real quick. September 10th.
It is the 10th, yeah.
Yep. So September 10th will be that day. So just so you guys know.
Just leave it alone.
Nope, ain't leaving nothing alone. SPL Mel says he's excited for the August 5th show. Going to see Poptart, or good to see Poptart on here. Thanks for fixing the names. Yep. What did Eric just sent me? He sent me an image that's covered up.
Oh, might be
Oh, it's
explicit.
it's one of those boxes. It's explicit. It's
Is
speaker
it?
porn.
Oh.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Woody McDonald was one of the guys that I fixed names. He had 4 different names in there, so I got him all straightened out. Well, at least I sent the information to Wayne to get it straightened out. Now he's going to be Woody McDonald, not Woody M, not Woody M. Period, not Woody. Woody McDonald.
I feel weird when I ask people when I get them registered. I'm like, what's your name? And they look at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, well, I need your name that's gonna go on Term Pro. All your points are gonna be associated with that one name.
Yep.
And it's like, I don't want I want all the points to get counted, and I don't want you to be out of luck. So
Yep.
that's what I mean.
Yeah. Location. It'll be somewhere in Sacramento, Josh. That's all I can tell you. Josh T.W.I.C.A asking what's the location. I said I don't know yet. It'll either be at Nyman's shop or it'll be at Lunsford's Customs. So, yeah, Tiffany and Tristan out in Barbados had their first ever show. Official 1XDB drag event. It was top dog only. You might have 3 shows, but they aren't within the dates. Tiffany's working out their second show. They did top dog only, which, lucky for them, they said there were going to be some Barbadians tuning in tonight. If you guys have some questions about top dog or base race, we luckily have a world champion base racer on as a guest tonight, Poptart. What's going on, Poptart?
Now, I'm not a base racer champion yet.
Oh, what were you?
Not yet.
Street Stock 1K.
Oh, that's right.
Easy
Street Stock
drag,
1K. Same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm a 712 boom champion.
712 boom champion.
In base race, right?
Well, I mean,
And top dog.
Other than
top
losing to the boss.
Yeah. That's a little extra. That's extra.
Yeah, that was a little side action.
Fun.
You better check my Justin. You say Autorama, Reno, and Mellows. You need to check the list. I got it on Sonic FX on Facebook. You can go right there. You go down, you find your name. It tells you the dates I have for you competing, and it tells you how many total shows it is. So, if that isn't correct, you guys need to let me know. What Rosa says, didn't bear the boss, Pop-Tart? Oh, beat. I think she said meet.
Beat the boss.
Yes, she didn't beat the boss. Janet Kent, she did really well in Top Dog this weekend. That's the first time I've personally seen her. I think she had 5 wins. So,
wow.
Did she win it all?
No. She tied with Scott Lankus.
He's tough.
He's really tough. So she tied with Scott Lankus and lost half her points and ended up 4th. So, but she did very, very well. She got 5 wins out, so that's freaking awesome. But I'd like to hear more about the show that Tiffany and Tristan did. I mean, if they wanted to pop in and ask and throw out some questions and whatnot. So Pop-Tart, what would you? So if somebody shows up to a show, and they ask, what class am I in? What do you tell them usually? Do you have a go-to?
Well, I usually just tell them, let me look at your stereo system, see what you're, But now, like running base race and stuff, we usually just tell them to start out at 129 because that's like a beginner level. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unless they have a whole bunch of, power and a wall of speakers or a 4th order, 6th order, then we can try to step it up. But base race, we've been getting a lot of people, and about the 3rd or 4th time they're hooked and they kind of get it.
Yep.
And I seen a lot of that when we were in Iowa.
Oh yeah. So I was really surprised when we were in Iowa and you guys had the show on Sunday. I didn't see a lot of people participate. Was it just like people were leaving, or is it just because Dan didn't roll out of bed till like the butt crack of noon?
No, what happened was a lot of people did leave,
Uh-huh.
but then a lot of people didn't want to, I guess, spend the extra money to run the
Extra
formats.
20 bucks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it was one of them, it's one of them deals. But we had the few 7 or 8 that chasing points for finals. So
No,
we had a
that's
little
good.
bit, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
no, and it's good because I mean that was the idea. Oh, Joel popping in finally. Um, yeah. Speaking of which, Josh, I need to get with you because Joel's gonna need that meter at the next show, and I need to get it from you. I thought you left it with Joel, and you didn't. My wife will be in town on Tuesday, Wednesday, so I'll have her meet up with you and get it then. Um, anyway, sorry about that. Um, so yeah, so I mean it was cool. We definitely introduced some people to base race. We had 16 brand new people that have never competed ever before in DB drag. Most of them in freestyle and base race, right?
Yeah, yes.
So that was good.
Yeah, I think they all got scared because I heard one guy says, "Is Poptart running tomorrow? I'm not going to run."
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just I hated. I gave a few people a chance. You know, what I'm saying they broke out. And I gave them another chance to run, but that's how I do.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us about the build that you won your ring with?
Well, it was a single or as a dual 15 box. Had 2 American-based Team Neos. We ran a VFL 6K, American-based 6K comp. Um, just a couple AGM batteries, basically, and a whole bunch of dinner. But my teammate, I gotta give credit to Michael Urich. I tell you what, y'all don't know Michael Urich. He can wear you out. You know, we're talking about this guy here can go 14 to 16 hours nonstop testing. So without him pushing me to the limit, I probably would have never been there last year in the finals. So like I said, I gotta give a lot of credit to Michael Urich.
You had the it's a S10, right? Was it an S10?
A 2000 S10. A lot of people said them S10s don't get loud that generation. Well, had a lot of people afterwards said, "Man, that S10 impressed me." So and it wasn't nothing. It was nothing majorly done to it. Basically, it's my everyday driver.
Yeah.
So,
And that class you had, you went in is 1,000 watt.
1,000 watts.
Right?
Yeah. See, yeah, we were doing around a 150 at 500 watts.
Wow.
So, and
That's legitimate.
Yeah. The box I had in there was really, really efficient. Just put it that way.
Josh T2 wants to know, so what bass knob are you running?
I run straight off. I was running straight off the radio knob.
Radio knob.
I was doing a click every 3 seconds. Click one, another 3 seconds. Click two. No bass knob.
No bass knob, huh? So
Nope.
you were running off your volume control on your deck?
Yes.
And it wasn't even a dial; it was a up
Just
and down button.
No, it was a dial. It was a dial. It was a Pioneer I run.
Okay.
80 PRS.
So. Joel wants to know if he can share photos and videos on Sonic FX Group when he gets to Alberta this weekend. So he's going to go to Ray's event this weekend. Absolutely, wow. Joel. That's what the whole thing's about is Sonic FX on Facebook isn't just California based. It's open to everybody. Share some of your stuff and so people can see around the country and around the world what's going on in other places. That's really what it's for.
I hosted the video of the show I did a couple weeks ago on Sonic FX. So
yeah, and he's not in California anymore. He's a Texan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
I was thinking about something, Doug.
Oh, what was you thinking about?
I was trying to make a little more challenging on this base race because there's we got some people that's dialed in where they can do like 15 seconds. Their car is so flat it don't even move. You know what I'm saying? So what I was thinking, I know you're gonna have to change the format or the program, but if they have where when you say go and you click it, but it counts down and like at the last 5 seconds, what about if it just throws a random number out there so everybody would something like that. Give it a little challenge for next season. Maybe if you can get with Wayne, see if you can maybe throw a little challenge in the base race because that a lot of people they're getting familiarized and they're getting comfortable where they can lay their deck down and just walk off and still do a perfect score.
Yeah, if you know your system that well, very possible. So at the show this weekend, I was doing Beat the Boss, and obviously it was a vehicle I hadn't been in before. It was Team
Like
DC
always.
Jenners, right? So it was Team DC Jenners, and dude, I dialed into a 9.9. I was like going, hold on, wait, I'm not gonna turn it down. I was there for 11 seconds
So
on
yeah, see,
9.9, and then with 1.5 seconds left, right before it switched to 1 second left, it popped me out.
you
I
got
was there
beat.
for 11 seconds. I was like, dude, I'm just gonna see how long it'll hold. That was awesome. I mean, really, that how often can you hold a 9.9 for that long? Dude, I was sweating bullets the whole time. I'm like, dude, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. So, but it didn't work out. I popped out the last second. Justin Stolman asked, can the West Coast finale be our fourth show? That's an absolute no. That could be your fifth show because you need 4 shows prior to that date. It is that simple. So, anyway, so West Coast finale cannot be your fourth show. This holds 2 purposes. The having to attend 4 shows shows your commitment to putting money into the pot because $5 out of every entry, every unique entry, goes directly to the pot. That's the added money we get added to the thing. The second purpose it serves is that. Hold on, what happened? What's wrong, Poptart? Did I overwork you?
Yeah, he did. Oh yeah. Yeah,
Um,
he overworked me all right.
the second purpose this serves is if you have the 4 shows and you make the 3x at the end, which would be the West Coast finale, your 5th show, you should have sufficient points to go to World Finals. So it holds 2 purposes. Because, to be quite honest, I was looking at the numbers for Reno. I heard some people from the Midwest or from the South might come towards California for World Finals, which will help boost our numbers, obviously. But at the same time, we have to show up ourselves. I don't know how many people are coming from down south.
Down south.
Yeah, down south. Yeah, we got some. At least one guy from Mexico is always right. We got Roberto coming up, and then I don't know what other guys because Jeffrey's been holding some events down there. So, hopefully we get another 4 or 5 from LA area, which would be awesome. Yep, that would be down south, Rosa, Mexico. Anyway, so like I said, just looking at the numbers for the Sonic FX shows, realistically, it looks like I'm going to have like 37 people that are eligible to go to World Finals that only attend my event. That's just looking at my events, no other events. Jenner did have the bass knob, whatever Josh Tatu's is, like bass knob recovery or something like that. So not a sponsor of the show. But yes, it was Josh Tatu's bass knob, and yeah, it was pretty smooth. Like I said, it held just fine.
There's a guy out in Texas that runs one of Josh's bass knobs.
Yep.
And he can hold 9s for like, it was him and Eric Hansen. They were doing Top Dog, and they held the 9s. And they were getting 10-second time extensions. They had like 3 of them, and yeah, it was like they were holding 9s.
Eric
like
said to tell
seconds.
us about the Top Dog this last weekend. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, it was on the live video that I did.
Uh-huh.
If you guys get a chance, that's what I was telling you guys. Go check it out. Fast forward it, because yeah, you'll see some really good runs and time extensions, and I think though the way Wayne had set up the scoring right on Top Dog, as soon as you are up on the regular time, right, it knocks off your lowest scores, I believe, or that's why
Yes.
that's why I believe it
Yes.
it holds at 9 longer.
Yes, but so it falls off. So that's
Right,
why you got
falls
to
off.
keep turning your. So when you get to the
Turn it down.
extension, the first 10 seconds you did, all of
Mhm.
those scores fall off. So if you started low and came into it slow,
Yeah.
your score is going to jump hard at that extension. If you got up there quick and held that
Mhm.
number, it's not going to jump very much at all. So I always suggest to people when they do uh, a time extension, turn that bass knob down like
Yeah.
to 9.7, 9.8, and then get it back up because you're going to find it's going to be real easy to get it back up. Do you find that true also, Pop Tart?
I found that out this weekend.
Oh,
I lost a round because I just left the volume the same thing and I didn't go down on a click on my radio. So yeah, it
okay.
just, it hit me out.
Nick
Yeah,
Samino popping in here over here.
Canada, Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Nick. Joel's going to be
Live.
up there with you guys next weekend. So, yeah, that looks good. I'm really excited for the multi-location World Finals, especially playing with the new server. Jeffrey, like I said, I don't think you're going to see any difference with it.
Mhm.
Functionality is almost exactly the same. Um, and then, like I said, it's like I said, I think it's very cool. One of the things it's supposed to fix, though, is in years past, you would finish your run, and the other location would be like a half a second, 3/4 of a second behind you. You thought you won, and then their score would change maybe. And so that latency issue is supposed to be corrected, I believe, with this new software.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of that lately.
No, that's just you.
No, me and Dan Horner discussed about it. We won't be going to California this year, but if they have,
Oh, bummer.
yeah, but we discussed it, and if they still have it for next year, and it's like they're doing it this year, we're gonna
Mhm.
bring Team DTX out to California.
Whole team.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang.
well, the team that actually competes in drag, yeah.
Okay.
So few cars.
All right. Well,
So
now we're down the Midwest. So you guys out here in California, Texas is closer to go to Kentucky, right, Jeff?
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep. So hopefully we get some people from Iowa, Utah, something like that out up there with Andy. Is Andy doing many shows this year? I
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
really seen. Okay.
Yeah. He's done a few DB drags already.
Okay, cool. Um, but anyway, yeah, like if you guys need points, there's still like what 4 shows left on my calendar between now and West Coast Finale. You can also enter West Coast Finale if you don't have the shows and you still want to compete, but you're just not eligible for the money. That's all there is to it. But you can still compete at that event. So anyway, oh Jeffrey, so what you got going on?
Uh, August 5th, Saturday.
I see
Okay,
that.
it's gonna be the next Triple Point event out this way. It's
So
actually
that's
gonna
2 weeks
be
away.
yes, it's gonna be at a casino. I know you have
uh-oh.
experience. I know Doug has experience hosting events at a casino, but this is gonna be at a Choctaw casino out in. Let's see, it's Pocaloa. No, it's called Pocola. There you go. Pocola, Oklahoma. It's actually the border of Oklahoma and Arkansas. Realistically, you go to the actual show, and it's in Arkansas, but the casino's just across the border in Oklahoma. It's going to be again a triple point event sponsored by SPL Mel, as well as Steve De Los Santos, who upgraded the event from a 2X to a 3X.
Okay.
So it's going to be a triple point event, world record event, trophies first through third. It's going to be a
The
fun
big ones?
time. It's gonna be the big ones. It's actually the show itself. It's a car show as well.
Okay.
Brought to you by Double D Customs, Jones and SPL. You know they're hosting the car show event. There's going to be multiple orgs there. There's going to be, I think last time I counted, there was like 7 sound off organizations that's going to be there. Luckily, we're going to try to knock ours out during day 1, so that way you'll have all day on Sunday to do your runs. So that's for the people that do multiple organizations. We're going to try to knock ours out on day 1, so you have all day on Sunday to do it. We got a schedule up. I think Scott should be posting it up pretty soon. It's going to be really tight, so you shouldn't really have, I shouldn't really have to look for people at the other organizations. So we're just going to try to keep it tight, knock it out, and all day Sunday you can do the other organizations.
There you go.
All right, Jeffrey. I'm gonna get my plane ticket. So you gonna get me at the airport?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I don't drive. I fly. I'll bring my radio.
Tajin finally popping in over here.
Oh,
here's a name I haven't seen before. Nushadeen. Naushad. Nushadeen.
That's
we have a comp on the 6th here in New Zealand. Oh, he's a New Zealand guy. Can't wait. That'd be awesome. Like I said, we would love to have New Zealand guys on here, Australian guys come in and talk about their events. I know it's roughly about 10 o'clock your time when we have this show on there, so 10 a.m. So you guys should be wide awake by then. Jeffrey, is that event in Oklahoma is conducted annually? Oh, is that event in Oklahoma conducted annually?
I believe so, yes.
Okay,
yes.
That was from Joel, because Joel's a traveler. He's going to Alberta. He was asking about going to down to Mexico for a show, and yeah, he's a traveler.
Come to Tennessee.
That's cool.
Come to Tennessee.
Yeah.
He's learning Top Dog. He's trying to do it. He's doing okay at it. He was doing really well. He usually gets a 9.9 in the first run and then bust out. So, but
that's an easy fix.
Yeah. So but he is there. He's trying it. He's having a good time with it. And
you could have your doors open too if you need to. If you need to, if he's doing that Pankadao, and he's doing Top Dog at the same time. Well, he could open up his back. And
opening up the back ain't gonna help because he's got 2 different systems, right? So he's got a back system, which is the stunt wall, and then the interior system, which is what he uses to base race and Top Dog.
Exactly, but that'll be interesting. Like I've never seen that. Like you're doing. I don't know.
You're multitasking.
Does his head unit control both parts of his car?
I believe he just connects it to a different section of the car.
Oh, okay.
He has like a switch. I was gonna say that'd be cool. Yeah. Or go ahead.
129 on a stunt wall. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. So no.
Well, it's gotta be closed for like. Oh no, Top Dog, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Top Dog.
Yeah.
Oh, he says it's 3 different systems.
Oh wow.
So I'm guessing his daily driver system, his wall in the back, and then his stunt wall. Because he's got a C-pillar wall in his van. So.
Interesting.
Tristan out of Barbados says, Doug, one of our competitors is watching on YouTube. Christopher is his competing name. His competition name is 5 Cent.
5 Cent.
5 Cent.
That's about how much I got in my pocket right now.
So anyway, so he's watching. Mr. Cent, if you have any questions or want some suggestions, we here. We can help try and answer those for you. Our next show next month, though, next week we're going to have another show, and then the month after that, or the week after that, is when we're going to do our judging questions. So if you guys have any questions. I just asked Doug if in any big shows were coming up. He said only West Coast finale. That's correct. Justin, you need to come to more shows. I got all kinds of 1Xs coming up. All you got to do is show up. Get your points. Anyway, so Poptart, tell us about your what got you into DB drag? No. So what got you into doing DB drag? Was it your uncle, your dad, just something you saw on the side of the road one day? Why don't you tell us about how this all came to be?
Well, I've always been ever since I could figure out how to wire a radio. I was always a car audio enthusiast.
Hold on. Kyle Ernie wants to know, is this the guy who runs Poptart Aeroport?
Yes, sir. Look me up.
Man.
Look me up on Facebook.
There you go.
I build them to order.
Is it just strictly the 10-inch or above?
I do 6, 8,
Oh, wow.
10, 12, and I'm actually going to start doing 14-inch. I'm going to actually start doing 14-inch arrows.
Yikes! Not very many people do like over 10 inches, right? It's just
Yeah,
like-
eights and 10s are my big sellers.
Okay.
You know, I do a lot of them, man.
it's huge.
Now the 6 order, like your 6 orders, I get a lot of people do like the 6-inch or the 8-inch.
Mm.
Gotcha.
But I ran a 12-inch in my box at World Finals last year.
Are those the aluminum ones or the plastic?
No, they're the metal.
Metal?
Galvanized, yeah, 32 gauge.
All right. So anyway, tell us about so you started wiring radios when you were what, 15 years old or whatever?
15, yeah, 15, and then when I got my license, I went to my first base comp when that was probably back in 1996. So that's when I went to my first base comp, and I got hooked. And then when DB-Drag started coming to Nashville for the long time stretch of finals, in downtown.
Yep.
And, I just took off from there. I was on part of the team. We had Ben Sams, when Sky Johnson was running with the van and all that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I kind of got in that group with them, and kind of adapted to. Hey, I like this DB drags. That's before even base race and Top Dog and all that was thought about. It was just
straight DB drags,
Yeah,
7
it's just
classes.
Yep, the straight DV drag, and I'm thinking to myself, I ain't gonna never afford this. I was the kid on the other side of the bike rail watching. So, but now I'm here and enjoying it. But like I said, I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah. So, what was your first system then?
My first system was, man, this may sound corny, but
Radio Shack.
Hey, you guessed it. Took two.
Yes.
It took two 15-inch Yamaha speakers.
Yamaha.
Yamaha house speakers. Threw them
There
in
you
the
go.
back seat. A realistic pull-out cassette player.
Yeah. That's for you guys that don't know. Realistic was the house brand for Radio Shack.
Yep.
And then it turned to Optimus, but it started as Realistic.
Yeah, and I had an Optimus amp. And
There you go.
I thought I was the stuff going down the road banging with these house speakers. No, that was my first system.
So did you have with the amp EQ boost? Did you have that Realistic deck?
No, I had the realistic deck. It had the colors on it where you pick the blue, green. Or
oh yeah, they called them bioluminescence or something. Then
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
It was the tape deck. So imagine base racing these days with tape deck.
Well, it wouldn't skip.
It would take you 30 minutes to go, rewind.
That's right.
But,
Hope you don't have to rewind your track.
Right.
All right.
But other than that, man.
Yamaha house speakers in the back seat of what?
I had a 82. It was a Buick Skylark.
Buick Skylark, huh?
Yeah. I didn't have them in the trunk. I put the speakers in the back seat. Yeah, I put the speakers in the back seat.
Absolutely. I know all about that.
I was trying to make me a homemade wall.
And it almost worked, huh?
Pretty much, yeah. Except for sealing the sides up, but that time of the age and time, man, people were just, you just had some sound, everybody's like amused of it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So one of the first shows I did up in Northern California. That's actually where I met Gary Killian, and the show up there, I can't remember what it was called, but it was at a racetrack. And this Fortuna, it was up in Fortuna, and the guy paid me to come up there, and he, not kidding you, he took the what are they called, the prefab boxes that you buy from whatever, right?
Yeah.
Kicker prefab boxes loaded with 2 Kicker 12s, and he literally made a wall inside of his van out of prefab boxes.
Interesting.
It was a shop owner. And he went from that, and then I met Gary. Gary was out there, introduced him to DB Drag, and he was like, yeah, this is way better than you, Sucky.
Yeah, you sucky. Yeah.
So he got hooked really quick. He was on USAC at the beginning, and he was setting records for him and this and that, and he was like, man, this is it seems like it drags because you can re-enter and all this stuff, and but the guy that was running it out here, Mike Jaffe, he makes it entertaining for sure. But the thing about that, you just have to hang out and wait to see if somebody beats you because they, get so many reruns. He wasn't cool with, and then Gary's like, hold on, wait. We do our run, and whoever's the loudest just wins. Yeah, that's how it works. Dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So and then we started having the music classes and stuff like that, and he was just hooked. Really enjoyed base racing and Cyclone, then just built King of Cyclone. He was the first guy to break 200 and all that stuff on Cyclone. So, yeah, it was really cool. Go ahead.
Yeah, I tell you, in my second system, I can tell you, it's like, man, I can remember all this stuff, but man, you give me somebody's name, I can't remember a name, but I can remember all my systems. But yeah, my second system, and, I bought it off of Gregory. He used to work at this place called Directronix down here in Nashville. Directronix, and I bought my system. I bought two 10-inch Blue Thunders and an Urban Audio amp.
So Blue Thunder. Wasn't that like a subdivision of the Redline stuff?
It was MTX.
Oh yeah, it's MTX. Yeah. MTX Blue Thunder. That's right.
Yeah, MTX. It was like that was like their top sub at the time.
Oh, was it? I thought it was their flea market sub.
No, that was the Road Thunder or whatever.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, 'cause I remember they used to have sale Sunday only, and they would have it inside of in Reno. When I lived in Reno, they had the Lawler Event Center. That's where they had the UNR basketball team plays. And so they would rent out all of that, and then $5 amps, $7 speakers. And that's where I saw Blue Thunder all over in there.
Yeah, we had that here too, at the convention center, and people flock. We don't even have that anymore. Matter of fact, I went down there one year and bought a set of 3-inch Pioneers for like $3. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, you ain't gonna get that no more.
So hey, I actually bought so this would have been, let's see, I was 15 years old, so 73 plus 15, that's 88. So in 1988 I bought a pair of 1.5-inch Silk Dome Kicker tweeters.
Oh wow.
I still have them today, and they were freaking awesome. I got them for $250 for the pair at that sale.
You got your money's worth out of that.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, I that's where I bought that. I tried buying some Redline subs, but I stuck them in the car. I didn't understand ohm loads and stuff like that at the time, and because I literally blew them within like the turn on pop almost. And you remember those places like no warranties.
Yeah, unless we hook it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, have y'all heard a rumor about U.S. Amps making a comeback?
I think I heard that rumor from you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You were starting that rumor.
Well, I guess I was, but the owner of Mike, the owner. I guess he's coming back. They're bringing out a 20K and a 40K US amp.
Oh, Jose Ramos chiming in. He's not even going to make World Finals. The loudest dude in the world for multiple years, and he should be just using a points chaser and going to the shows, get his points for World Finals. I mean, it's in Antioch. How far is that from Oakland? That's like 30 minutes. It's literally right down the street from the guy.
Hey, we have an Antioch here in Tennessee. It's about 10 minutes away from me.
Oh.
Why can't y'all have the Antioch World Finals here?
I know you're rebuilding, Jose, but use a points chaser. Get it ready for World Finals. Nothing like a deadline.
Get it done.
Yeah, nothing like a deadline to force you to get it done.
And you got 2 months.
That's right. You got
Come
2 months
on.
to build it. You can do
Exactly.
just a simple points chaser the rest of the time, right? That's how you do it, Pop-Tart. Fly all over the country, go to
Hey,
multi-point shows,
Yeah.
that's
That
right.
get your
podium
points.
will travel.
That
Yeah, that's
podium will
right.
travel.
That podium will travel.
Yeah, that's right. You know what I'm
Um,
saying? Just jump in a car like Doug does.
Yeah.
um, Nick Semino says Dirk Ecker making a comeback. You know who Dirk Ecker is?
I'm not really too familiar with that.
Yeah,
No,
me either.
I probably know him by his vehicle.
He's the
Oh.
brains behind US Amps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, Moses finally popped in there.
Oh,
Says,
my
"What's up,
boy,
Pop?"
my boy Moses.
Yep.
That's one cool dude right there. I give credit, man. He's a go getter.
He is. He wanted to come up to 712 Boom.
Oh
But
yeah, he wanted to so bad.
yes. Nick said he's the head engineer for US Amps. So I knew one of the guys that worked there on I don't know, he was working on the benches out there or whatever. And in my phone, he's just US Amps Greg. So I don't remember his last name off the top of my head, but Greg used to do the amps out there. Haven't heard
Greg.
of them. Haven't heard of US Amps since RE came out in 2008. Yeah, so yeah, because Greg lived down there. He actually took some of the XS SBL vehicles, didn't he?
What do you mean he took?
Didn't he buy like the
Oh
extreme one or something?
he had Darren's. Well, it used to be Roger's old Blazer.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I ended up buying the batteries out of that car when Greg had them. The old Power Master batteries. That was before XS rebranded their name as XS Power. But
Right.
yeah, I remember Greg.
Yeah. Moses Martinez says, Pop-Tart, what's the word on Cali? Break his heart, will you?
Man, okay, Moses, we ain't coming. We ain't coming this year, but I have talked to Dan, and we're gonna bring Team DTX in 24 if they still have the finals there. So 24, we're heading out.
Yeah. Well, hopefully 24 will have a unified finals type thing out here. Um, uh, yeah, we were doing the unified finals. We were inviting Iasca and somebody, I think Base Wars possibly, to next year's World Finals in Antioch if we have it again. So that'd be cool. Tristan says he had 2 US amplifiers. They were really nice. Oh, yeah, I was talking to you about that in Iowa. Did you ever try ever get a chance to try the car audio tube amps that they did?
Talking about me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I never tried them.
So
No, I ain't never tried a tube amp.
okay, so the tube amps are really cool and they're great for inside of a house because it gives it a warm feel. Feels like the house is deadened. Is the best way I can kind of describe with a tube
Okay.
amp, right? It gives it a full it just gives it a different sound. They call it a warm sound. In a car, it didn't work as well because you have all these panels rattling and you don't have a completely sealed environment and stuff like that. So that makes it not as optimal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now I know the tube subs, the bazookas were sounding good too. They
Oh,
sounded good.
No, that's not what kind of tube I'm talking about.
No.
Like a bazooka tube.
Yeah, no.
Bazooka tubes were. Oh, you know what? So when I was a kid, dude, I wanted to buy bazooka tubes and put them underneath the seat of my truck. Drive around in my C10 with the gun rack on the back window and some bazooka tubes under my seat. That was all. That's what I was all about when I was younger. Anyway, so Pop-Tart, if you would give somebody advice on how to do when you show somebody how to base race, what do you tell them and how do you kind of guide them?
I tell them. I mean, I kind of show them where they kind of like a volume. You know what I'm saying? Because we had one guy come over. We had a cash stage this past weekend at my house.
Okay.
And
How many entries?
I believe we had 9.
Okay.
I mean, for a little how for a
Yeah, yeah.
house
No,
function,
that's good.
yeah, we had a full bracket in 29.9 though.
Oh wow.
But
Yep.
I had a guy come over here, and he never, he's all about all knobs to the right, full tilt. He's like, well, what about if I go full tilt? And I said, no, we're only doing 29.9, because there ain't nobody here really can do 39.9, and
Right.
but he wanted to come out full tilt, and and I kind of showed him, like, hey, come out low volume, and basically I show him, it's a low volume type deal until we figure out where your volume is.
Mm-hmm.
Do a couple of test runs, see where you're at, and then by the third or fourth time, usually people take off on it. And like, you see them in there with their mouth open or their tongue going side to side. It's pretty funny watching them, focus. And they're like, oh yeah, man, this is cool. Yeah, I have a lot of people say that after I show them a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but I mean,
so
go ahead.
here's what I tell them. Okay, so number one, you have to use the song that we have, right?
Oh,
Boom
yeah,
check.
yeah. That's what I tell them too. Yeah.
So number one, you have to use boom check. Then I ask them what their frequency is, if they know it. If they do know it, then we choose the correct boom check for their song. If they don't know it, it's boom check 3. It's real. That's a good mid-level, for somebody that builds a system.
That's like 33. That's like a 33 hertz range,
Yeah,
ain't it?
which
Yeah.
is very typical for somebody trying to make a booming stereo, right? So, boom check 3, real simple. Give them boom check 3. We're gonna play. So the whole idea in my mind, and this is how I do beat the boss. I want to get to 9.6 as quick as I possibly can, and I want it just to be flat at 9.6. Then the last 10 seconds, every 2 seconds, I want to see it go up 1/10, 1/10, 1/10, 1/10. And then that way, I hit 9.9 with 1 second left.
Oh, now I know your trick.
Dude, I don't hide it.
Nah,
So
everybody's got their own set,
yeah,
set ways.
so that's how I do it, because I don't know the system obviously that I'm getting into, right? But if I can level it out and inch it up, it doesn't matter what system it is, right? So, do you tell them anything like that, or how do you tell them?
Well, like you said, I mean, I say, like we use the boom check, do you
Right.
drag official, and sometimes, I don't really ask them what the frequency is.
Okay.
I just kind of look at the system, and I usually play the boom track 3 or 4, like you said,
Right.
because 4 is 39. If you got prefab boxes, the prefab's usually in the 40s. So,
Right.
so then I just tell them just to, I'll run their vehicle a couple times and let them watch me, you know what I'm saying? Then once we figure out a volume, I'll let them do it. But finding out your volume is the main key.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So Jeffrey, what do you how do you approach helping new guys do bass race?
Man, I'll tell them, find somebody with a meter and practice.
yeah,
Because I mean, that's, I mean, everybody has their own way, like you guys are saying, but that's kind of like the worst time to be practicing is at a show.
exactly.
So I'll tell them, hey, sit back and kind of watch these guys and watch, because a lot of them have podiums, so they're they're turning up their volume, they're doing bass knobs, and it's like, watch a couple of runs and then try it for yourself. And I know there was this one guy who was trying really hard to be in the 20s, but he kept breaking out. I was like, dude, just full tilt it, nobody's I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna be like in the 40s. I know, he was burping like 50s. I said, dude, you should be able to do a 49.9 easy. If he got close to it, he didn't get that 49.9, but especially for like maybe a first timer that kind of wants to see where he's at, I was just full tilted and just kind of watch it.
So that's another thing I also do at my shows, is we have decent size attendance at the shows in California, and I got guys with multiple rings. I got multiple people with rings at the event, so I can easily say, hey, see that guy right there, 2021 bass race champion. He will absolutely help you, and he'll sit in the car and work with them. And kind of get it worked out a little bit. And then other thing I suggest to people, if you're new to bass race and you want to try it out, show up early so that once the judges are set up, you can come up and ask them, hey, can I get a couple of practice runs to kind of figure this out? Is that what you do, Jeffrey, too?
Yeah, just to have them try it out,
Yep.
if they like it. It's something that, they could add afterwards,
Yep.
after they do their burp runs, if they want to add it and try it out. So I tell them to kind of watch how things go first.
Yep. Okay, so top dog, Poptart. How do we do top dog? How do you tell? I'm brand new. I've never even seen a show before.
Well, what you're gonna do is you start out the top, go down the bottom, and go up the top. But you get 2 runs. You know, saying you get 2 chances. So,
Is this a burp class?
No,
what do we do?
This is get your first 10 seconds. Try to get in your little, your little spot where you need to be at 129 or 130, whatever. Your target spot, whatever I call it, a target spot. And then you just try to keep it without going over, because like I told somebody, I said, you break out, the other person takes half your points. So it's a point. It's a point chaser.
Yep. Okay.
So, and other than that, it's kind of hard to explain the top
It
dog
isn't.
to people.
It isn't. Jeffrey,
tell people,
you explain it to them. Come on.
Oh, no, I kind of agree.
Come on, guys.
It's a little bit difficult.
I always tell people just to watch it. If you've never done it, just watch it and then learn, because you can learn from what they're doing instead of trying to teach somebody. Because the extensions, like I said, the extension messed me up this weekend. I didn't go down a click. I was like, okay, I got this. It said 10-second extension. I was like, I didn't do nothing. I didn't touch my radio and I broke out.
Yeah.
I forgot to go down one click.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So what I tell people for top dog, because I always want people to do top dog in base race. For the simple fact is, you don't have to break the bank to participate in that event, in those 2 events, right? You can literally run what you brung, and that's the big deal, right? Because top dog, you can go all the way down to 119.9 class. That's a lot of stock systems nowadays. So you can compete on a national level with a stock stereo system, right? So what I tell them is real simple. We have the song that you have to use. This is called boom check. Once again, if you know your frequency, we'll find a boom check that fits within your frequency. If we don't know your frequency, I'm going to give you boom check 3 or 4. We'll play them both in your car, and you can definitely tell the difference if you're off somebody's peak.
Yes.
So we'll play 3 and 4. We'll see whichever one fits your car better. Then we're going to run you. So here's the idea, and I tell them, get as close to 9 point something, 9.1, 9.2, as fast as you possibly can. Get up there, because the first 10 seconds locks you in. Watch me when that says 20 seconds. Look at me, because if I start pointing up, you'd better get a lot louder really quick, because that means you're in the next class up. If I'm not doing anything, then you're right where you're supposed to be. So that's what I tell new guys, right?
Or just do like I do, just hole shot it.
So have you hole shotted yet?
I have hole shotted, but I ain't hold it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I kept it in the 9 range, but I ain't.
You ain't hit the 9.9 yet?
No, I hit it one time.
You need to do it for a second.
Yeah, I hit it one a couple of times, but then I got scared and backed down. You know what I'm saying?
So you didn't, at the 20-second mark, you weren't at 9.9.
No, I was, but that 20-second mark, I kind of like, okay, everybody, go down a notch, because I want to go to the next level.
Have you, Jeffrey, seen anybody get the whole shot?
Oh yeah, I think once I kind of told the people like exactly what a hole shot is. It was actually the first time this season that I've seen the hole shot. Personally, I like to run the term lab with the voice. So it'll say hole shot 2,000 points. And that's when I started getting more into it. I started telling like the top dog competitors about the hole shot, and some of them have even done it. I think it might have even been on the last live video.
Oh,
but
cool.
I tell them not to focus too much on it, because they get to focus on that whole shot that they end up, busting out, and
Busting
it's
out,
like,
yeah.
So Julio tried to do it so he had 5 or 6 wins already, and Julio goes, I'm gonna get the whole shot. I say, let's go
you
for
could
it.
save it. I mean,
And
if you're doing it that way, yeah,
yeah,
I would agree.
so we had 7 people in the top dog, and he ran the whole ladder one way. So he
Wow.
had a lot of points, and he
In
was
the
going,
lead.
I'm going to try and do the whole shot. And he hit the whole shot and literally busted out the second afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I like click down.
Yep.
You know, I want to bust out, but it's hard to do it, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard to do
Yep.
it.
Art down to pound just popped in. Art, you're one of the guys that I sent the information to get your names fixed on Term Lab. So Wayne and Sleece said tomorrow they're going to work on that and get a whole bunch of those names. I sent them like 7, 8 names to get combined. So you're one of them, Art. Gotcha. Eric Hansen said he changed his plan on Top Dog. I stay at 9.7, 9.8, and float around until 5 seconds, and then I roll into 9.9. So that's similar to what I do in base race, right? So I always suggest that to people. And Top Dog, get as fast as you can. Get to even 9.1. And even float in the 9.1, 9.2 area, because every second or every half second you get points. So if you're in 9.0, you get 100 points every half second, right? Which is what we found out last week when we were talking about this. Yeah. So it reads twice a second, and you get whatever you are, 9 point whatever, you get that 100 for that every half second. So you want to get that up. Now, if you're Julio and you start early, then you get negative 2,000 points to start the run. And
jump the gun.
Red lights. Okay.
Yes, if you red light, if you red
jump.
light, it's totally fine.
Yeah, jump the gun.
So so if you red light, it's totally fine. Not a big deal. You just get points. Negative points. So
it's like it says something like it's off your delta or something like that, right?
Oh, is that what it says?
I think so.
Oh, I believe you. So.
Yeah, I try to get to that 9.
Yeah.
That 9 point whatever within the 10 seconds, so I can have plenty of time to float.
Yep.
Say I'm not trying to chase that. I see these people, they got 6 seconds, 10 seconds left, and they down 2 DBs. They're trying to chase it real quick.
Yeah, and I don't get that either. I watch people that 15 seconds left. They're at 125. I'm like,
yeah,
dude, come on, get somewhere.
Then you tell them turn it over, and they're full tilt.
Yeah, they're wham, 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 wham. You better turn it down quick. Wham, wham, bust out. Oh, sorry. Yep. No, we do that all the time. So, Poptart.
Yes.
Tell me. So, if somebody was watching this show right now for the first time or listening back on the podcast on Spotify or something, and they were going to attend a show, what advice would you tell them?
Bring you a bunch of money for one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pay to play.
Yeah, if they're the first time coming, don't get discouraged or aggravated. Talk to people. I mean, I learned a lot from talking to people. Hey man, how I do this? Saying talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got different pointers.
Yep.
And then always ask for help. Hey, can you help me out? I get that a lot of shows. Hey man, can you give me a hand? Can I use your meter? I help a lot of people out at shows. Local shows. Just to I want them to come back. I want them not to be like, man, I can't do this. I ain't gonna never come back. I try to encourage people to come.
So that's also part of what I do when I am, like, if you were at a show, one of my shows, and somebody said they were new, Poptart, come here. Hey, I'm going to introduce you to Jim Jabala. Hey, this is Poptart. Poptart's the man. He's going to show you what to do. But part of that, too, is you're part of a team. And you say, hey, look, this is us. This is our team. This is us having a good time. We want to show you how to have a good time, right? And,
Yeah.
and it's guys like you or Moses that are really good. Jenner, Chris Jenner, he is great at showing people, but he's really quiet and demure. But he's really good at showing people. And when you start talking to Chris and you see how quiet he is, and if you're quiet, you guys kind of connect on that, and then you start seeing that, you know, he's interacting with other people that are quiet too. So I really kind of gauge it on if they're real boisterous people and stuff like that, I'm going to push them over towards Moses, right?
Yeah, Moses. Yeah, Moses.
Moses is a little out there, right?
Yeah.
But if they're kind of demure and whatever, quiet, and they, you know, just kind of, you know, sitting back being a wallflower, then I'm going to push them to somebody like Jenner, right? Somebody that's going to fit their personality a little bit better, but I want them to learn from somebody who's good at it. That's the important thing.
Yeah, because you want them to feel like, you know, hey, I want to come back. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Instead of saying, I don't want to come back. There's too, you know, too many good people. You know, I ain't good enough.
Yeah, and that's the big thing we hear, right? Is, well, I'm not good enough. I even heard that out there in Iowa, right? Oh, I'm not good enough to compete.
I heard that a couple of times. Well, I never done it. I can't do that.
Right.
Well, you know, we're giving you a chance. Come on up.
Come on up. Let's see it. Right.
You never know till you try.
Yeah. And we'll help you. And you know, like I said, we had 16 brand new people, and they were like, "This is pretty damn cool." Right? You know, they didn't even have a clue.
They never knew what base race was, really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like, I had one guy says, "This is a burp class." Well, no, it's a 30-second average. You know. So yeah.
No, it was a lot of fun though. I mean, like I said, I had a great time. It was a lot of fun going to meet you guys out in Iowa. It was good to see you again, Dan Horner.
Yeah.
We had Tajin hanging out there. Tajin said it was a successful event for him, which is good. We just want it to be a successful event for everybody involved. Dan seemed like he had a pretty good time, even though he was having some issues.
That's normal.
Yeah. You just accept it. That's part of being when you want to be the loudest in the world in your class, there's going to be issues.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but like I said, the everything. There's Christopher Rollins probably. Rango is top dog now, but I'm coming for him. Oh, so Chris Rollins is another person from Barbados. Rango actually won the event, I guess. The results were put up online today. Tristan, I didn't know if I told you, but you guys need to upload at least 10 to 12 photos. And it's really cool. Jeffrey will attest to it. Like sometimes I even go back and look at events from like 98 where actually I was going against Jeffrey. I wasn't going against him personally, but he was competing at Autorama in Sacramento. And it was 2000, maybe 99, 2000, and there was pictures of me and Jeffrey's car sitting right next side by side, you know, and that's on Facebook, and that's 23 years ago, right?
I bet Jeffrey don't look no different.
No, he looks exactly the same.
Thanks, guys.
I need your genes, Jeffrey.
But you're right, Doug. There's also a spot for promoters who upload pictures. You can put captions, you can put the competitor's name, and what they can do is they create their own profile, and every picture that has the caption with their name on it appears on the bottom of their profile. So, you know, if you can help out those competitors, and, you know, it's other people is going to log on to their profile and check it out. Automatically, those pictures are going to go with that competitor, and it's cool. I still look back at my profile and I'm punching all these, photo 1, photo 2, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, my name's on that picture, and it's associated straight to my profile.
Yeah, that's right. So I forgot to mention that part. That's really cool. Mm-hmm. So Wayne has it set up so if I upload a photo and I say Poptart on there, and it will. So when anybody goes and looks at Poptart's profile, it'll pull up the pictures that say Poptart on them. Mm-hmm. So it'll have pictures that Poptart didn't even know existed possibly, and they'll be on his those kind of pictures. Christopher Rollins said it was his first time ever doing a DB drag, and it was awesome. I'm hearing nothing but good things from the islands about how Tristan and Tiffany did on their event. So that's really cool. I love it when good things come together. They're looking to put together more events and stuff. Pop Tart, let's wrap this thing up. Jeffrey, want to ask him the question since he's never been on here before?
No?
I'm a newbie. I'm a newbie.
There's a newbie.
No.
Okay. All right, Pop Tart. It's a question that we ask all of our guests. Basically, we want to know, what is your definition of a bass head?
Definition of a bass head would be a hardcore person who loves music. You know what I'm saying? Don't have to be hard hitting, don't have to be soft hitting. You don't have to have a $10,000 build, and you don't have to have $100 build. You know what I'm saying? It's just your heart. What your heart's in for it. You know what I'm saying? That's my definition of a bass head. That your heart's in for the music.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nothing to argue with there.
But hey, I do have a question. Barbados.
Yeah.
Barbados. Where would their World Finals be if they get into it?
So they would probably be lumped in with Brazil.
Oh, okay.
Or they would have the option to come to Tennessee or wherever it is, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he was telling me going to Miami is way cheaper than going to Brazil.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, my guess would be they would be lumped into either Brazil or North America, whatever would be easiest.
I miss those days, man, when them guys used to come from Russia and all around the world,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
import their vehicles over, and man, talking to people that saying like, wow, you come all the way over here, and
Yep.
it's crazy.
Yeah, and it was only usually like 5 of them, right? So
yeah, I mean,
but still, it was cool. Sorry
Yeah,
about that,
Top
Jeffrey.
Dog. No, that's okay. I was just gonna say, Top Dog isn't vehicle specific either, right? Like base race. So
No, it isn't. Base race and Top Dog
right.
are not vehicle specific.
exactly. So Christopher could easily, he doesn't have to ship his vehicle. He could just fly up if he's interested in Top Dog. So
yeah, he could do a Pop-Tart, just get on an airplane,
yeah,
and
Exactly.
take the radio and go. You know what
Pop.
I'm saying?
Yeah. So, absolutely, yeah. Fly in and use a rent-a-car. Dude, what's his name? Michael Mueller, Big Okie.
Yeah,
He would
Big
fly
Okie.
in 3 days early every year and rent a car and build a stereo system in the car and then go to World Finals with it. So,
Well, let me tell you, last year World Finals, Julius from California flew in.
Julio.
Julio.
Yep.
Julio flew in. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Him and Moses, I let him use my truck. They were out there, went to Home Depot, built a box just to run base race in my truck. That's pretty, that was pretty cool. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody take care of you?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and then we obviously had Mullen. What was her name? What's her name?
Gracie.
Gracie
Yeah,
Mullen.
Gracie.
Yeah, Gracie Mullen flew out to California. We took care of her out here, got her a vehicle, and she got to do her base race run. So that's pretty cool.
So there's a lot of love in the base world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, any last thoughts there, Mr. Poptart?
Oh, just let's just keep the sport going, man. You know what I'm saying? I just hate when we don't have shows like we used to, and spots we lose or whatever, or all these organizations are fighting and arguing. You know what I'm saying? I just like, let's just all get along and have fun. You know what I'm saying? Bring the fun back into the game.
Yeah. All right. Hey.
Definitely.
Jeffrey, any last thoughts, sir?
I agree. Let's just kind of get back. I know there's kind of some turmoil, some conversations being brought up, and stuff getting worked out. But if you're kind of on the fence about wanting to compete or which organization, other organizations, they could have conversations amongst themselves, or maybe other other organizations. But when it comes down to it, we all cater to the competitor. It's just like customer service. There are these big companies, these stores, but they're not they're going to cater to like customers. We're going to cater to the competitor. So there might be discussions and stuff like that, but hey, you're coming up, we're gonna take care of you and help you out.
Yep.
Get in where you fit in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like I said, nobody's ever heard me say a bad word about another organization. It's I want you guys to go find what's best for you. If DB Drag's not the thing for you, maybe USAC is, maybe Base Wars is, maybe this and that. Try out the different organizations. Even if you come to a DB Drag and you're dedicated, I want you to go try Base Wars. I want you to go try IASCA. I want you to try USAC. Maybe those are more your style. Maybe those judges fit your personality better. I don't know. But the only way you're going to know is do it. And the only way we keep this thing alive, as Poptart saying, is we have to participate. If we don't participate as a group, it will die off. Having these events, have 100 cars out at an event and only 15 are competing, that's a beginning of a disaster for the venue, right? So if they aren't making their money, and this isn't about the money part of it. What it is this is a business so when I go out to a venue, when I go out to Baldini's, say, in Reno, the reason I go to Baldini's and the reason they pay me to be there is because they expect something in return for us being there. Them people going into the casino and getting something to eat or gambling or whatever. But they expect something in return for having the venue there. When we have some of these venues at some of these places, like at Jay's Alarms, we'll fill his entire parking lot, just packed, front to back, the road packed, and we'll have like 10 people compete. Unless Moses is there, then he strong arms some of them into competing. But but like I said, we'll have that, and nobody will go in and shake Jay's hand or say, "Thanks, Jay. We really appreciate having shows out here." So that's one thing I really think goes a long way, even by just telling these guys, "Hey, we really appreciate you guys putting on the event." That little thing right there, it goes a lot farther in them hosting more events. And if we lose these events, we lose these places to hang out as a group. And that's the big deal. We love hanging out with like-minded people, doing like-minded things. Where else am I ever going to meet Poptart? I'm in California. I'm a construction guy. Poptart does God knows what. And
Electrical.
You're electrical. Yeah, and he's in Tennessee. Why would I ever fly to Tennessee to go, to ever
Why would I ever fly to California?
I know. Why would you?
Why would you ever fly to Slam?
Yeah.
This car audio brings everybody in, man. And I tell everybody, go compete in all organizations. Put your name out there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I would be a nobody, but I compete in all the organizations. Just saying, oh, hey, that guy, he's pretty good. But you go out there and compete. Put your name out there. Win or lose. You know what I'm saying? At least they know who you are after you leave.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And there's a different level of understanding of the event once you participate. Just being there, doing a demo, or when you first go there and get demos. Those people are there for, and get yourself wrapped up in the community. And like I said, just go out and have a good time. But anyway, so we're in super overtime, guys. My next show, Jeffrey, you got yours August 5th.
Yes.
I believe that's the same time mine is.
Oh, nice.
Because I got next weekend off, which I'm going to go bowling somewhere, obviously. And then I'm August 4th, Friday, August 4th in Sacramento. Or, sorry, in Reno or Fresno. August 4th in Fresno, then August 19th in Sparks, Nevada are my next two shows I've got listed. So I will be at those two. And then,
We have a couple in Nashville coming up, one in August and one in September, double pointer.
Yep. Oh, and we have the multi-venue, which we got to work out. And I'm going to get with Gregory and see if we can't work that out really quick because we're running out of days.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So
Getting
can't wait to
close.
do that. We'll look for extra money from other people to try and raise the prize fund on there, and just it'll be like a cash days. Whole
All
bunch
right.
of money.
All right. We like money.
I know. We like money. So, all right, guys, once again, want to thank our sponsors, E-Box, Box Design and Install, Voodoo Customs, and Crossfire Car Audio. If you guys have an opportunity to support somebody, support the ones who support the things you like to do. Like I said, once again, Crossfire Car Audio, Voodoo Customs, and E-Box. Other than that, Poptart, how do people get a hold of you if they want to talk to you more?
Look me up on Facebook, Poptart Wild. That's come up Tennessee.
That
These are
is
the first
W-E-I-L.
L. Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yep. So Poptart Wow. Look him up if you guys want to talk.
Aeroports, sell
Yep.
car audio too.
Oh, there you go. Selling car audio and aeroports. Or aeroport-like designs.
Yeah.
Because Aeroport's a name brand. Anyway, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Remember, let's get up to 500 subscribers on YouTube. Once we hit that number, we will give away a membership. If we hit 1,000, I'm going to give away a entry into World Finals. So let's go, guys. Let's get those numbers up on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. You don't have to hit the notification bell if you don't want to, but at least subscribe, make up some false email accounts or something, and subscribe those two. I don't even care. Let's get up to 500. Let's see how we can do this. Once again, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thanks, Pop-Tart. Great job tonight. Jeffrey, great to see you again, sir. I got some new stuff coming up for my events. I found a EQ with a low-pass filter, so hopefully it'll just get rid of all that distortion in my voice when I'm hosting an event. So we're going to try that at the next show and see if that works. I'm trying to fine-tune my stuff so that someday it'll all be automatic and it'll be sound great, look great. All right, guys. Once again, thank you for coming in here. Thank you for being here today. We will see you guys next week at 5:30 p.m. California time, the only time that matters. Peace. We out.
Peace.